I just wanted to say that I'd asked to have an extra item on the agenda, but maybe it's going to be an office updates. But we were going to talk about the confirmation of the attorney agreement.
Right, that'll be part of the office updates and also an update that I will give in connection with that.
All right, so we've got that covered.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. So Jake, I believe you approved the agenda as presented.
Yes, so moved.
So all in favor, please signify by saying aye.
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 Any opposed? All right. You also have had and seen the minutes that were circulated from our last meeting.
Yep.
Are there any further changes or amendments to those minutes?
That'll look good to me.
Yeah, we're good, Glenda.
Okay. All right, if I hear no changes, then all in favor of approving the minutes as circulated, please signify by saying aye.
I'll make the motion to approve them.
Okay, do we need a second?
No.
Okay.
Okay. All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Okay, so the minutes are approved. All right. For the voter challenges, Corinne, may I hand that over to you for the explanation and documentation that the board will need to review?
Yes, would you like me to give office updates?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes.
Okay.
I didn't realize I skipped over that. Yes, please.
No problem at all. All right, so for office updates, we've got a few things going on as we approach election time, surprisingly. So one thing that happened between the last meeting that we had is that a Woodfin candidate withdrew their candidacy, and the law says, helpfully, that if it is possible for us to reprint the ballots, that we do so. So we scrambled and we made that happen, and we're back on track. New sample ballots created. The state, the vendor, us, we all worked really well together to make that change and make that happen. It was definitely, pushing the limits of our timeline there, but we are on track and good to go with that. So I wanted to make sure everybody knew that.
I believe Mary Ann had asked about the cost on that.
Oh, she did. So the cost basically is for the recoding. We hadn't actually printed. We hadn't got even our sample
good.
test deck yet. So it will only be about $200.
Oh, good.
Not counting our time.
Okay,
And-
well, that was good.
I
That
thought
is-
we had already printed. That's a good
Yes.
plus.
Yep, we had not printed.
Yeah, fortunately, we had already printed in 2024,
Yes.
and that had to all be redone. But this is just a cost that will be borne by the municipality, right? Yeah.
That's correct, Jake. I did want to give both Ryan and Amy and Karen a chance to give some updates. So Ryan, if you wouldn't mind talking about the polling locations, giving us an update on that.
All right. Well, hello. Good to see you all again. And I was just going to give you a quick update. Before I start, all the locations for the municipal election, they're all taken care of. They've been taken care of pretty far in advance. This is just for sites coming up in 2026. And so we do have 6 sites that haven't been officially finalized yet on our end for the office that we haven't got agreements from. Now, 3 of those sites, we've got a verbal yes from. We just haven't gotten around to getting the logistics of meeting with the site and getting the voting agreement that covers 2026 yet. And those sites are the Tridestone Missionary Baptist Church for precinct 23.2, and for
Pride, did you say Pridestone?
Tried.
Tridestone.
Yeah.
It's my precinct.
Ah,
And then for 27.2, Beaver Dam Fire Department, we're having to leave there because they did remodeling after Helene. And I found Revolve Church right down the street, so I'm working with them to get the agreement filled out, and then I'll eventually propose all of these to you guys in the meeting after the municipal election. And the third one, the North Asheville Community Center, this is one where we can't use the community center anymore because it's housing equipment from buildings that were damaged during Helene. And within that precinct, I've looked all over for a tax-supported structure, any structure that could support elections. I haven't been able to find one. So right now, looking at North Asheville Library, it's just outside of
Yeah.
the precinct, just north of the precinct. I think most people in the
oh, yeah.
precinct would know where that's at. So, and unfortunately, the election law, they do let us go out of precinct if there's not a suitable structure inside the precinct available. Okay, so that takes care of those 3. Those are pretty much summed up. And the next one is 35.1 Black Mountain Montessori School. This was a location. They're a private school. They don't have the same Buncombe County
Yeah.
school calendar that allows them to be closed for election day. So they decided they don't want to have elections there anymore, which I kind of understand. So I have looked all over inside that precinct. I haven't really found any. Well, there are no real tax-supported structures there. I haven't really found a church that is really open to becoming a site. So right now, I'm working with Buncombe County Schools to see if we can possibly use Owen High School, which is just right outside the
Yeah,
precinct.
we used it.
And the second one, Emmons Grove Baptist Church, they decided they didn't want to be a voting location anymore. I have pretty much exhausted all the locations inside that.
What precinct's that?
That is 57.1. There is one location, Mills Gap Baptist Church. It looks like it would be a good site. I'm trying to get in touch with the folks there. I can't get in touch with them via phone. I'm just talking to them by Facebook Messenger. So, and they keep saying they'll be in touch. So, but if that doesn't happen, I'm trying to get in touch with Cane Creek Community Center, which is just outside the precinct, to see if they would be willing to help us out.
The first one was Mills Gap Community Church.
Mills Gap Baptist Church.
Baptist Church, okay.
Yeah.
And the second option was,
Right.
You said-
I'm trying to work something out with Mills Gap Baptist Church. They're inside the precinct.
right, and then the second would be out.
Yeah, I'm trying to get in touch with someone at Cane Creek
Cane
Community
Creek.
Center, which is just outside. And then the final one is 26.1 St. George's Episcopal Church. This one's a little different. They actually signed the voting agreement for 2026, but then they came back and they're like, we don't think we can do it. And it was kind of disappointing, but when I stopped to think about it, it's a small church and they offer a lot of services for the community outside of that church. So, and this actually came up in 2024. There was a different reverend there, and I got a call within the 45-day limit before the election, and he's like, we actually double booked, we have another event coming. And I was like, well, it's a little too late now, we're really close. So yeah, I was disappointed and frustrated, but I want to give them grace because they do have so much going on. So I'm trying to get in touch with someone from the church across the street, see if they might be interested. And there's also a larger church in the southern part of the precinct, still within inside the precinct. And
That's where? Where's the?
26.1.
Is where? Where's the?
It was St. George's Episcopal Church.
Kind
Yeah,
of
well,
in
location.
the part, in the.
Yeah, Malvern
thank you.
Hills, yeah,
That's what I
right,
need.
they're just down
Okay.
Patton to your left, right before you get to the
Oh, yeah.
DMV and the Goodwill.
Yep.
So, so I'm actually going tomorrow.
And that's for an election day site?
Yes, it's an election day site. And so I'm actually going there tomorrow to look at, there's a large church in the southern part of the precinct, so I'm going tomorrow to meet with him to see if it would work out for both of our needs. So, yes, sir.
Ryan, thanks so much. I realize that you're doing a whole lot of hustle to just to try to nail this stuff down.
Yeah.
With respect to precinct 4.1,
Yes.
the North Asheville Community Center, would you prefer to use the library over the community center?
I would prefer to use the community center just because they're in precinct. My first goal is to
Okay.
stay within the precinct.
Okay.
But, yeah, I think the
You-
library would be.
Okay, you've inspected the community center and it's crammed full of
Yes.
stuff? Or?
Well, no, I haven't. I haven't
Okay.
been out to the community center. The folks that run the community center are just like, no. But
It's pretty full.
It's too, yeah.
Oh,
It's
okay.
too full.
Let's talk offline.
Okay.
Yeah.
I want that community center back. And not just for elections.
Yeah.
It's being used as a storage facility.
Yes,
It's
it is.
utterly inappropriate, but we don't need to discuss that here. Sally and I will try to fix it. Thank you, Ryan. Thank you very much.
Ryan, I have a question.
Yes.
About time-wise, how far would anybody have to drive to get to a polling station?
For
For any-
4.1 for the North Asheville.
For
Community
any of the
Center.
areas,
For any of the areas?
districts?
Well,
Yeah. Are the polling stations accessible to people who are sort of in outlying areas? Is my question.
that is why I try to put them all within the precinct and all of them kind of close to a main road or
Okay.
where most folks live, you know, or at least a landmark where everybody's very familiar with.
Yeah, I'm not looking at a map, so it's hard for me to tell since I don't have them all in my head.
Yeah.
Yeah. But maybe we can look at a map one day and
Sure.
just
Sure,
space
yeah.
it out.
Yeah, when I get all these put together and I propose them to y'all, we'll definitely have a map where we can look and see where everything's
Okay.
at. And if y'all are like, we don't know about that, then I can definitely go back and.
We're in preliminary stages right now, aren't we?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, we've actually got 75 of the 81 of the 80 precincts kind of pretty much nailed down, but it's just these last 5 that we're just kind of trying to get.
But really,
together.
3 sounds like, I mean, you're well on your way on
Yeah,
the
yeah,
others.
yeah,
that
3,
are-
yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you, Ryan.
Thanks.
Thank you, Ryan.
Next of my staff to torture is Amy. I think we might have. Uh-oh, hang on, I gotta make sure.
Ongoing technical difficulties. Actually, it's kind of like my internet service at home. It does seem to come and go.
Didn't sound good over
You
there.
hear a moan from the corner.
Yeah, I get that, for sure.
Did they used to stick a card in front of the camera and be like, technical difficulty?
Next meeting, we'll have that somewhere.
Have a little entertainment. Sounded good. Okay.
Yes, we're back.
Great. Okay, Glenda, can you hear us?
Glenda?
Glenda?
there.
We're looking for our chair. Glenda, are you there?
Glenda, you're muted.
I'm.
There you go.
I'm trying so hard.
Okay,
I'm in the hospital and it's just not,
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
it's not.
no
So,
problem.
I'm here.
We got you.
Alrighty.
Okay, so the update that I'm gonna provide is about the registration repair, which is, as you probably remember, the project that began in July, where we're trying to get the driver's license and social security numbers into the records that didn't have them. So the update is that at the beginning, in mid-July when we started, the number for Buncombe County was 2,087 records. Right now, that number is down to 1,293. So that means we've either found or had submitted that many numbers to help try and validate those records or verify those numbers for those records. And so we continue to work on that, and people continue to receive the letters that have been mailed out by the state board.
Well, what were
And
those numbers again?
the current ones?
Well,
Where we started and
Yeah.
where we're at? Okay, so for the whole number, which I'm not qualifying this number, we started at 2087. We're now down to 1293. And that's what you'll find when you look at that publicly available list on the state website. And so we'll continue to do that work. Those letters will continue to come back in with new numbers. We'll continue to enter them into the record. And now there's another sweep that's going to happen, starting as of, I think, a couple days ago. I think it was Monday. They sent a new update, and they want us to do another sweep of these records that will end December 15th. The sweep of this time is about the unvalidated numbers, okay? So a lot of folks have given us numbers, but for one reason or another, they haven't validated. This has been defined as it could be an error, either on the user or the staff part. Could be typos, could be things like you gave a number that's correct, but perhaps your name is slightly different because of a hyphen, an apostrophe, a space, a misspelling, a maiden name, another name change, things like this, right? So it's very common that they don't exactly match up and aren't identical. So this is what we're trying to get to the bottom of for this next sweep. So all of these unvalidated numbers are what we're going to go back through the list, looking again for these typos, these mismatches or errors. And, you know, in some cases, maybe communicate with voters about that. We haven't been instructed to give calls out or make letters of our own, but we've been instructed on how to deal with voters if they're confused why I gave you this number, I think it's correct, what's going on, you know, those kind of things. And so that's what this next sweep is going to be.
So the state is still doing the mailings.
The state has done the preliminary mailing, as I understand that is complete. So, you know, people don't turn it around instantly, it's still going to
Right.
trickle in for a while. There will be future mailings, the state has told us, but there aren't any dates for those future mailings. And this is just the next phase of us doing the legwork for it.
So the second sweep really is looking for the same things that we've been looking for the
Correct.
first time.
It really is doing the work again, trying to be more careful. The one additional note that I found is that if we can determine why it might have been mismatched, we should put a comment in the record. So there's an apostrophe, or it is a little bit not known if we will know that, you know, why it didn't validate. We can't always know that answer.
And
So
what
if
is
we
it-
have an idea, we can put it in the record.
I'm sorry. What does that mean for work? Is this you have to start kind of from scratch again?
I wouldn't call it scratch necessarily, but yeah, it is a lot more work. It's a lot more, and they, you know, want us to be super thorough. So yeah, we're gonna go back through and probably be even more diligent about checking those numbers. I did keep good records in a spreadsheet of the first sweep, so we'll
Good.
probably try and use as much of that work as possible to help us make this list as efficient as possible to go through. But it is a lot of legwork. Yeah.
Amy, what's your validation process to validate those
To validate,
numbers?
we don't actually do it. So all we do is we enter the record, and then the SEAM system will compare it to the first, if a driver's license is available in North Carolina, that system, and then the SSN number would be the second level of validation. meaning that's just the order that Seams does it,
Mhm.
check. And so basically I'll enter a record, it goes through to the next level of review, because we always have 2 people look at a record, and then you'll see pending, and then eventually it'll say valid or invalid. So we don't really, I'm not the one validating.
Okay, you just put it in the
I'm not
system.
looking at a DMV record, I'm not looking at a social security record.
Do you know if they've corrected the issue they had with Seams where it was deleting mismatches?
I don't know. I don't know that issue specifically.
Well, part of the issue they said is when they got a mismatch, the reason we had all the missing numbers is when they got a mismatch, they'd just go, oh, well, it's wrong, and they'd delete the numbers, and
Yeah, you know,
Then
that
they
might
didn't,
be
you know.
something that we take note of to ask again, because
I think they changed that, but I haven't seen an actual update on it.
I'll make a note of that one.
Okay.
Because it is something that I've seen before, and I know it might be useful to have a record of when we've entered. I mean, that's what my spreadsheet's about, is we do have a record that we've entered it. So at least
At least you
we'll
have the
know.
number, yeah.
I'll know now. Is it within Seams? That's something I don't know.
Okay, thank you.
One more question about that. So I'm looking at the numbers from July. The last time you reported to us was August 19th. And at that point, we had 1403 left. So basically, in about a month, we've been able to confirm 110.
Yep.
Is that feel slow? Does that, I mean, will this process continue to slow down because people aren't responding? It doesn't seem like we're getting very far very fast, I guess, is the question I have here.
Well, I would have to speculate on that, which I'm not super happy to do, but
Yeah.
I think, yeah, the return in the last, since that last time, you know, obviously 100 of records versus whatever the previous one was,
Right.
500 records
Right.
or 600 records, is slower. I do know that it took a little while for those letters to get out.
Mm-hmm.
And so maybe we've seen the bulk of them return, or maybe not. That is really hard for me to speculate on if more are going to be returned. I would guess we'll get a few more rounds that are robust, and then, you know, have diminishing returns after that.
Mm-hmm.
And the other factor that plays in is we get things that were not delivered.
Right.
So we find out people's addresses changed,
Sure.
and we don't have another address to send to. So that's going to be a factor as well.
Thank you.
Is that good?
Yeah.
Thanks, Amy. Okay.
Thanks, Amy.
Yep.
All right, so then the next one is the, each election, when there are judges that drop out, it's the duty of the chair to appoint those replacements. And we've got 6 of those for this election. Glenda has seen this list, and Karen's just going to hand those out to you too, so that you're
Thank you.
aware of those as well.
And also, Corrine, just for information purposes, the replacements or the changes to these judges were moved within the same party and also administrated through verification with the parties, so that we could make sure that everybody was informed and knew of these changes, but that they did stay within parties as originally assigned.
Thank you, Glenda.
Yep.
All right. Got a few more updates, and then we can move to the challenge hearings. So, the next update is about the boardroom schedule at 35 Woodfin. The AV install has started. It's not complete, and they didn't think that it would be complete by October 7th. Because we have the hearing, the challenges, we have to notice those, excuse me. And in case you all decide to go to a full hearing, which these are the same scenario as you have done before, so likely that you will go to a full hearing. I think that we should do both of those here at the interchange building, and that'll give some more time to get the AV equipment working over at 35. So that's the update there. Cape is involved. Nick Yeager is looped in now, and he's really great. Jake went to the appreciation event this morning. He's the man behind the videos. He helped us with the NC Together project. So so I'm hoping that we get a good AV system out of our wait for it. So that's that. And then of course, if you decide to have any meetings between then, they should be here. Staffing update. So for the clerk position that Karen is filling in for right now, thank you, Karen. That person has accepted the position, and she will start on October 6th, and you will of course meet her then. For the absentee position, that closed. We've screened candidates, and we'll be doing interviews next week. So we're moving on that one as well. We spoke about municipal agreements previously. All of those went out to all 6 municipalities. We've heard back thumbs up from all 6 municipalities, and they just need to go through all of the actual signing of the agreements process. Some of them have to bring it to their boards and whatnot. So that's complete, and that is, I cheer about that. That was a long process to get there. So we'll have updated agreements, which will be fantastic. We also started logic and accuracy testing for all of the machines for the municipal elections. So we're on schedule for that, and those will be tested again in board testing, like we do every election. So those will be available for you soon. We're on track on that, so we can keep those dates that we chose.
Can we show up for those?
Say again?
Can we come to those and just watch?
The standard LNA testing?
Mhm.
Yes.
Will we be notified ahead so we can come? Or is
That's
it part?
happening now. There is board testing, so there's staff, we test all of them, and then we do a public testing.
Did you want to come before?
Yeah, I
that?
was interested in coming to the staff test.
Okay, yeah, sure, you'll let us know about that, yeah. Right? Or you'll
It's
let us know about
happening
the
now.
staff? Oh, okay,
Yes.
so you are asking about that.
Yes. We can arrange that if you would like that. Reminder that absentee ballots go out on October 3rd, which is also shockingly right around the corner. So absentee ballots will go out. We're completely on track. That should be no problem. We have very few requests. You might also remember that we don't have an absentee coordinator right now. We do have experienced seasonal staff. We've been very, very lucky in that area. So Negi is managing that team, and we'll be good there. My last updates are about events. So this Friday, we have our judge appreciation event. So every 2 years, we have an event for our judges to make sure that they know that we're thankful for what they do. So that's going to happen this Friday. Karen did registration event, had a table with Amy at the Fall Fest at AV Tech. That was yesterday. We also held, in conjunction with the State Board of Elections, Nate held treasurer training. So we had regional treasurer training here, and we had quite a few people show up for that, so that was good. And then finally, last week was National Voter Registration Day. So we partnered with the libraries to do National Voter Registration Week. So they had tables at all of the libraries, and we did registration that way. And those are all of my updates.
Thank you.
Thank you, Corinne.
Thanks, Glenda.
Any questions or comments from the board? Okay, hearing none. Corinne, are we ready to move forward with the voter challenges preliminary hearing?
Yes. Okay, so we have had 25 challenges brought to the board. And these are on the same grounds as the last challenges by the same challenger for death. And I'll pass these around, but our job today, thank you, Sally. But our job today at the preliminary hearing is just to determine whether there's probable cause to move to a full hearing. And so that is making sure that the forms are filled out properly. We've reviewed that and we think that they are. And then take a peek at the evidence and decide whether you would like to move to full hearing.
No, that's the challenger.
And do that by motion. And then I would suggest that that happen at our October 14th meeting that we already have.
It's a different middle
October
name.
7th.
It's a different middle name.
October 7th?
October 7th.
Okay.
The next meeting is October 7th. That is the one suggested. Thank you, Nikki.
Yeah, but this.
And just as
See, she's got.
As an update to you guys as well, I have looked at the documentation and once you guys have had an opportunity to look at that, then we can move forward with whatever your pleasure is for the next meeting.
Yeah,
Thanks,
the only
Glenda.
difference is this is including a middle name. All of the names are there.
And you're not here.
Yeah. Bless you.
I'm good.
And the date, what's the date on that
She's,
one? 2020.
she's really twice or three.
Glenda can't sign. I don't know how that happened. Put an X there, yeah.
Usually it's just, what was the date on the death? These are all 2020, 2021. Let's go back.
What about the minutes? Right there.
Yeah.
Coronary artery disease. Gus Johnson. And there is a,
See. It's the same address.
there is a death certificate. This is it, right?
Governor Morgan.
Yeah. Okay.
Some of these did get skipped.
That's
All right. Gene Morris.
Morris View.
Birthplace and Grace.
People go by the middle name instead of their first name. And that was 2022. Well, sorry, folks.
Joe Mathis Pinner.
Just kidding.
Helen Gustafson. Margaret Ann Murray.
Helen.
So Margaret Murray were left off.
Oh, that was just a maiden name. But it's all there. What's her address? Norman Avenue.
Look south.
Yeah.
Ines D'Angelo Barba? Ines D'Angelo Barba, right?
Barb. Yeah, Barbara.
He's be very careful.
D'Angelo.
Yes, it must be a hyphenated name and they
Yeah.
didn't. Yeah, just one calling you to take a peek. Cobbler's Way, where's the address?
Bronx, New York. That's his
Solace
birthplace.
Center, they were here.
Howell,
Yeah.
something,
So
sister,
there's
or some sort.
was there an address? Cobbler's Way, yeah.
Yep. Yes, same dress.
Doris
Malnutrition.
Deaver Williams. It's the same name.
Yep.
So what's the concern?
The concern is they just never got removed.
Yeah.
He's just finding people that, although we have actually a death certificate on them, they never got removed.
Okay.
And who knows why? It could be depending on where they, where they passed away. That was Solace Center.
So, talk to me about this. So they didn't vote, but they're still on the voting roll.
Right.
Because they had a death certificate and we would have caught that.
Well, if it went through our local.
Right, which these did, this did.
Yeah.
So, okay. All right.
And this is Wildwood Court.
This is
Wildwood Court.
Alvin Homer Honeycutt. Hillcrest Road,
Yep.
Woodland
Montane Seabolt.
Yep.
Different
And the date
address.
was
It's a different-
2021.
Oh, no, here it is. Okay.
See, these are the ones that you wonder how they got
Well,
lost
there's
all that
some
time.
there, yeah. Probably just nobody called them, right?
Yeah, probably.
Here's Seabolt,
They
maybe.
knew they
That's
didn't
from Gary.
vote, they probably never just called them off the rolls.
Yeah. So that is.
Okay. Do they have that name?
Yeah.
Okay, so,
What's the address?
Culver's Way. 41 Culver's Way.
Yep. Yep,
What year?
2024. That was fairly recent.
Vernon Alexander Edward.
2020.
Mm-hmm.
Address.
Is it 15? Yep. Francis Murray, W. Georgia.
It's
Close, it's 5 instead of 3.
Yeah. Wow, that could be just changing apartments.
Could be.
That's a 2021.
Mm-hmm. You're probably right about that. Geraldine Samuel Hale.
Road,
What year?
2020.
It's good to get rid of them. I hate to say that, sounds nasty, doesn't it? Good to get rid of them.
Well, it's good to update the rolls.
Thank you, it's much better way to put it. Evelyn.
Let's just read it. I'm not going to try to pronounce it.
You good?
Okay.
Different address.
Let's see. Apartment. What else have we got on here? Well, this is the address registered at. That could be why it wasn't picked up.
Mm-hmm.
2020, yep. That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And the 2020 again.
Which one?
2020. No, they just didn't put all the names on there. What was that year on that one? 2021?
So do we need to ask about the process after we see the death certificate for those folks that have voted, what the process is for taking them off the rolls?
Once the challenge goes through, they just remove them. Because that's what the challenge is
Right, so, but in general, if they're from 2020, we never saw them. It never was a challenge until now. So so I guess the question is, what's the process?
yeah, good idea. Phyllis Cheryl Duncan. Phyllis Cheryl Duncan. Yep. And that's the 2022. Let's see where we changed.
22 Laurel Terrace.
Yep,
Mm-hmm.
that was 2023.
Okay. 22.
Keeler, Mary, yeah, Margaret Mary Keeler, that's just she probably goes by. Tender Park. Yeah. That was just last December. Yeah, that's 2021. Yeah. They might not have a note on what the reason was. These are the same names.
What's the question for you?
Or just like you, what would the process be? Scott. And B. Scott, yeah.
Address.
That one was
That's in Bright
2020.
Mountain.
Yep.
Oh, sweet. Okay.
You bet. So don't write big.
We're putting our names on these for the judges for, thank you.
There's more coming.
Okay. I thought it was done. Yeah.
Board, when you've had a chance to complete your review, will somebody signify to me and let me know that you've completed
Will do.
the process?
Almost.
Just got a couple left.
No worries, I'm having a hard time telling, and I just didn't want to rush, but didn't want to ignore where we were in the process.
Well, Glenda, I'm really sorry that you have to be out of town and in a hospital, but we can't wait for you to get back.
Oh, thanks. I promise you at this point in this time, I would much rather be there.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Totally. Absolutely.
Can I see that little chart you had about the delegation of duties? Was that on here? Was it, did you print
I
out?
had it on the computer.
And it was under where? Where do I find it?
Just looking under resources. Where did I find that? Now I'm trying to find it. Arts. Oh. I know where it was. I downloaded it.
Oh.
I can send it to you. County Board Person Manual.
Okay, I think we're done.
Did you hear that, Glenda?
Yeah, Glenda, we
Yes,
vote.
I did, thank you.
I think we're done.
Um,
I'm the last one
So-
in the line, so I'm done.
Okay, so, Corinne, I believe the next step would to, motion to accept these to then move to the next process of a formal hearing.
Correct.
I'll make the motion.
Mary Ann made the motion.
Okay, I just want,
Okay.
Wait,
if we could discuss for just a moment. Yeah, I'm grateful for the effort, the diligence of members of the community who really care about our elections. But as I reviewed the documentation on this, I am concerned about name mismatches. And that is the kind of thing that I know we can address in a full hearing. but I got questions. So I just wanted to put that out there. I was surprised because I didn't see that last time.
I didn't
I
see
did-
that many.
I didn't
I
see
didn't
it.
notice
Yeah, I
any
didn't either.
name mismatches.
Yeah, we'll go through this at the full hearing.
Okay.
When you see that the name on the name on the form that was filed by the community member who did this research is different from the name on the record, and it's a first name that's different, a middle name that's different, and I just want to make sure. So that's why we have the full hearing.
While we're discussing, Marianne and I were talking about just the process of how, I know things are going to get missed and mistakes are made and all of that, but can you remind me what the process is for the staff when we have the death certificates come in, so I kind of understand it?
Yes, so the death certificates don't come in. What we get is a list from the State Board of Elections that has possible matches on them, and we review those. And our policy, and I would suspect that policies of other elections departments are, if it's not a perfect match, we don't remove them.
Okay.
Here, when something like that is brought to the board, the household gets notified. You know, you're kind of looking through things. There's opportunity to come to the board and talk about things, and so there's due process part of that. So that kind of adds this extra layer. But yes, if it's not a match, we won't take someone's.
Sure. So they stay on at that point. But it's really our job at the county level is to just look at that state list and see if it's a perfect match. And if it's not a perfect match, then they're not removed from the list.
Yeah, they would
And we-
eventually be removed through list maintenance. of
Right, from how many
inactivity.
times they've not voted.
Correct.
Okay. All right, thank you.
I'm just guessing that there might be more information in the files that we just reviewed on these 25 cases than you get on the list from the state. More information about the voter. There's a lot of
Oh,
detail.
on the death certificate.
Right.
Yes, that's
And
additional
that makes it
information
a whole lot easier for the
Easier to see the
board to do a
difference, right.
review and make a well-informed decision. So
Thank you.
anyway, there was a motion made to
Take this to a full
move
hearing.
this to a full hearing, and I'll second that motion.
Glenda?
Glenda?
She might be muted again.
Technical difficulties.
Okay. Reviewing some things. We haven't heard anything. Yeah. AK was gonna follow up on that, but, yeah, we need to ask about it.
They don't want us certified.
Can you see anything, Devin?
She's muted?
I just texted her. Oh.
Doesn't need to be a unanimous vote.
No, but she just needs to be the
Yeah.
one telling us.
Yeah, go give her a second.
I call the question. I don't know where she is. This is very hard on her, being in a hospital waiting room, you know, trying to do this. I think maybe we should have had somebody here leading the group that's present. Next time, maybe we should do that. Would work better.
I think that that's Glenda's call. I
Right.
think that she is running the meeting fine. I think we're having technical difficulties, but
Are
that
we
is
are we having
not Glenda's.
technicals again?
Yeah, that's
Yes.
what's going on.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Probably a firewall in the hospital or something. She's back?
Can you hear me now?
Yes,
Yes.
we can. Thank you, Glenda.
Okay. Yeah, so I heard a motion and a second. I assume we approved to move forward to the formal hearing.
We need to vote.
We're ready to vote.
Okay, all in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, so the motion carries. Corinne will be prepared for that at the October 7th meeting, and you will have that ready for the agenda.
Yes, we will add it to the agenda and we will put out the required notices.
Okay. Just a quick sort of circle back to Sally's original question at the beginning of the meeting, which leads us into the next agenda item regarding our MOU with the county. I received a call earlier this week from the law firm that we voted to move forward with as our representative for the board. And in part of that conversation, the request from Bo was that we amend the agreement to include a clause stating that even though they have representation with Montreat, one of the municipalities that is under our jurisdiction as the Board of Elections, that our law firm will take a first position as representative for the Board of Elections. And wanted to make sure and clarify that in our agreement. As soon as I receive that amended agreement, I will email it out to the entire board for review so that at the October 7th meeting, we can vote to approve the full contract as reviewed by the full board. And then second, the conversation with Bo was that he would review our existing MOU, and then any comments or suggestions that I go ahead and put forth to the board, if you have areas of concern or questions rather than concerns that you would like to see discussed as part of that MOU, that we would then come back to that conversation following signing of the contract.
That sounds good, Glinda. Thank you for that. I'm wondering about the timeline on this. So if we're going to sign the contract, or that we acknowledge, we get that clarified by the October 7th board meeting, then at what point do we need to get the information to you or to Bo around questions we have regarding the MOU?
I would like for you to submit them to me so that I can put them all in a document to Bo, which I will then obviously copy all of the board on so that you can see each other's comments. And then we will bring those back at the recommendations of the attorney.
So at what
So
point?
that
I'm sorry. Go on and finish.
if you could just have those to me the week prior to the October 7th meeting,
Thank you.
then that way we will have those to submit back to them with the contract following the vote on the 7th. Are there any questions or concerns or comments regarding this? I think right now it's really prudent for us to be very diligent and as well as deliberate in our process, and to make sure that we are looking at the MOU that we have, and is it sufficient, and we need to use it differently, or do we need to consider that there are amendments and adjustments that need to be made to it? And I'm not sure that we're at the place to make that decision.
Thank you. Sounds good.
Yes, ma'am. All right, if I hear no other conversations about that, our next meeting is October 7th, and as Corinne stated earlier, we will meet in the boardroom where we are today because of notification and not being certain that the AB system is going to be completed by our meeting. Corinne, is there any other further business?
No.
Okay. If I hear no further business, all in favor of the meeting be adjourned at this time? May I have a motion to do so?
Move to adjourn.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. All in favor? Please
Aye.
signify by saying aye.
That we're there.
All right, this meeting is adjourned, and before I disconnect, my mom just went down for surgery please, I appreciate your latitude with me today and ask for your prayers.
You have them,
You have
We
Linda.
got it. We got it.
Thank you,
God- God
everybody.
bless her.
Good luck to your mom.